Hello everybody and welcome to Manchester Central Library. My name is Angela and I'm here just to talk to you about our new pop-up exhibition which is called Unfinished Business. This is part of a network of exhibitions that link into the main exhibition in the British Library in London. It's part of the Living Libraries Network where 25 authorities also do a small section of the same thing.
Unfinished Business, or the fight for women's rights. Today's debates on women's rights are rooted in a long history of activism. Women and their allies worldwide have fought for gender equality with passion, imagination and tenacity. Not all women enjoy the same rights, depending on their race, class, disability or sexuality. The fight for a better world is unfinished business.
This pop-up exhibition is based around three themes: mind, body and voice. We've taken a look at our vast collection of archives here at Manchester Central Library, and as we're from Manchester, we've got a rich, diverse, radical history that spans over 200 years. Let's take a look and see what we can find that fits in with these themes. Spare Rib. Now recognised as an iconic magazine of feminism, the women's movement was launched in 1972 and ran for over 20 years. Initially circulated through women's groups and networks, in part because some mainstream newsagents, including WH Smith, refused to stock it. Its aim was to present alternatives to the traditional gender roles for women of virgin, wife or mother. The library holds a run from 1972 to 1995, though some individual issues are missing.
Mary Stopes was an early 20th century campaigner for women's rights and the first female academic at the University of Manchester. Most famous now for advocating birth control and giving practical sexual advice. She also wrote of plant paleontology and coal classification. In common with many at the time, she was also an advocate of the then fashionable eugenics movement, so some of her views are troubling to modern thinking. This is a Christmas card that was sent to Hannah Mitchell, who was part of the women's suffrage movement, and she actually became a councillor for Newton Heath in Manchester. This card has been sent to her by somebody called Edith Howe Martin, and she sent it from Australia. I'm just going to read what the message is inside. Dear Mrs. Mitchell, as you say in your letter received in October, it is good to hear from old comrades. Indeed, it is one of my chief pleasures corresponding with them and seeing them when possible. Then Louis Cullen always kindly passes on news from you, and the last I heard was you had had a successful group meeting and were contemplating ways and means for a larger gathering. Success to your efforts. It is a hard job, as I know, after 8 years of it in New Zealand and Australia, but it is well worth it. I fully agree with you that the struggle was worthwhile, and in the short time in history of 30 years we have seen and benefited by many wonderful changes. The great failure is, as you say, so little achieved in peace, but then there are so few women in parliaments and conferences where policies are decided. And just at the back. But with Russia determined to dominate, the best we can do is to show her she will not be allowed to treat us as another Poland or Czechoslovakia, but it is a miserable business. Yes, I have read your biography and was much interested. I wish many more suffragettes would follow your example. I won't read the last bit. And that's a Christmas card to Hannah Mitchell. And over here, we've got from our archives, it's a fabric handmade banner that was made for the suffragist movement, which were the peaceful element from the women's movement. And it was an advertisement poster, if you like, for the United Suffragists in Manchester. It's still a Votes for Women banner. It's been hand-stitched and machined. And it's just got the address of the meetings, which was 207 Deansgate, and the meetings were every Friday at 7:30. And it is in amazing condition.